As I mentioned to you, we're wearing red because of St. Callistus, the first Pope and Martyr, and at the same time, we hear all the readings that are connected with them, but so that we may reflect on them properly. Let's see what we know about St. Callistus, who died in the year 222, or was martyred. Incurred the ire of Tertullian and Hippolytus over the controversy over the lapsi, those who had been fallen away from the faith. Organized the first official Christian cemetery in Rome and instituted Ember Day fasts. Also, we know that it doesn't say here, but in other places, that he was a slave. And as a slave, then he was ordained a priest by the previous Pope Zephyrinus, and then he became Pope. Now, you may say, well, what's so significant about that? Well, it's very, very significant because, from slavery, I mean, the church is so universal and embraces all nations and races. So this is very significant as having him come as Pope. And of course, what else can we say that he was? So we could say that the gospel is being fulfilled. That Jesus said, "Be the servants, and even be servants, and even be slaves, and come and serve for the rest of humanity, just as Jesus is one who is among us as a servant." And then we hear the same attitude here from St. Peter to the other presbyters. He says, "I, as a presbyter like you," in other words, he says, I'm also a fellow presbyter and witness of the sufferings of Christ. And so he says, take care of the flock, like we should be as servants, be examples of the flock. And so we could say here among ourselves, we're all co-workers in the vineyard of the Lord, and we need to attend the flock of God in your midst, overseeing it, not by constraint, but willingly, as God would have it, not for shameful profit, but eagerly, and so on. And then we hear the song. It says, "Here I am, Lord, I come to do your will." And obviously, St. Callistus was one of those very obedient, or in a great sense of obedience, about doing the will of God. And
it's beautiful.
So the application of "Here I am, Lord, I come to do your will" has to be very. And today we have someone also who has said, "Yes, I will. I come to do your will," and that has something that will affect all of us here. Our Holy Father just did something of naming someone, and I received here this very confidential letter.
It's not you.
Huh?
I said it's not you.
And after you open it, it still says, and it's confidential. And then it gives you that it's a place under the pontifical secret. But now that the time has lapsed, and now we can read it. It says, "Your Excellency," this is from Pietro Sandre, the Apostolic Nuncio. He's here in Washington representing our Holy Father. It's under the pontifical secret. "Your Excellency, I write to inform you that the Holy Father, Pope Benedict XVI, has appointed as Archbishop of San Antonio the Most Reverend Gustavo Garcia Siller, until now, Auxiliary Bishop of Chicago."
Oh, wow.
The date of publication of this appointment will be Thursday, October 14, at noon in Rome. In other words, 5 a.m. here in Lubbock. Until that day and time, this news must remain strictly confidential. With cordial regards and prayerful best wishes, I remain sincerely yours, Pietro Sambi, Apostolic Nuncio. So there has already been a press press conference in San Antonio, and he is already in San Antonio. Chicago already has made also another press conference, and here you may see his picture of a young,
Wow.
53 years old.
Very young.
Can you see it from up there? Can you see it from up there? Okay,
No.
good, you got good eyesight. So he was born in San Luis Potosí in 56, so he's 53 years old. He's also 7 years as auxiliary bishop in Chicago. Actually, he's the one who took my place as a Hispanic bishop in Chicago. Yeah, he's my successor there in Chicago. So I'm very happy and glad for him. He's going to be my boss. Metropolitan. So better be nice to him. So, and I was there for his installation. He's one of 15 children. I'm one of 14. He's one of 15. Megano. He beat me. And also he has a brother who's a priest. And so on. So the installation will be November 23rd, which is a Tuesday, a couple days before Thanksgiving. So, and what else can we say? Except to share the news and begin to pray for him as he accepts his new responsibility. He said, "Here I am, Lord, I come to do your will." He is a religious, he's a Spirit, Holy Spirit, missioners of the Holy Spirit, so they don't call themselves Spirit, that's another congregation. They're missioners of the Holy Spirit, that's how they call themselves. And he was their provincial before he was named, the auxiliary bishop of Chicago. So, so as presbyters, as under Saint Callistus, through his intercession, that he may continually guide us and continually shepherd us.